Welcome back students. In this video I am going to discuss the rest topics of chapter 3rd, that is Introduction to MS SS. So these are the topics we are going to discuss in this video. Number 1, creating a table using datasheet view under create tab. Next, creating a composite primary key for the borrow table. Next, creating a calculated field for the table. Next, creating a lookup field. Next, enter data for the borrow table. Next, inserting and deleting records from anywhere in a table. Next, creating a database using a sample template. Now proceed to our first topic, that is creating a table using datasheet view under create table. Let us now create the last table for our library database by using the table option under create tab. It creates a table in datasheet view. Let's have a look how we are going to create a table in under the create tab. Click on the create tab, click on the table option under the table group. In the above figure, a blank data table called table 1 get created in datasheet view with the default ID field shown in the above figure. Rename the ID field to book ID. Select book ID, click on the field contextual tab, change the data type to text and field size to 5. Click on the click to add heading to add the other fields in the table. Select the data type for each new field. Save the table with the table name. In my example, I have selected borrow as a table name. The table will now look like in the figure given below. Close the table. Now we are going to create a composite primary key for the borrow table that we have created earlier. Now for that, a primary key which consists of more than one attribute is called a composite primary key. Now let's have a look how we are going to create a composite primary key in a table. Open borrow table in design view, click on the row header of the field name book ID and drag the mouse pointer down up to row header of the field name issue date. Release the mouse button. The 3-row header for book ID, member ID and issue date will get selected as shown in figure. Keep note that do not try to select each field separately to form the composite primary key. These need to be selected together. Now next, click on the primary key button in the tools group under design tab. The key icon will get placed on the left of the 3 selected fields, forming a composite primary key as shown in figure. Next, save and close the table. Now we are going to understand how we are going to create a calculated field for the table. A calculated field is formed by taking values from other fields in the row. Let us insert a calculated field for return date. Instead of typing in the return date, we will calculate the same by adding 7 to the issue date. For doing this, let us follow these steps. Number 1, open borrow table in design view. Right click on the field name returned. From the drop down list that appear, select the insert option as shown in figure. A new row will get inserted above the returned field. Type the field name of the new field as return date. Click on the data type list and select the calculated field option as shown in figure. Next, the expression builder dialog box appear. Under the expression categories section, double click on the issue date field. It will appear in the expression panel. Type +7 after the issue date field as shown in figure to calculate a date 7 days ahead of the issue date. Click on OK. Next, the calculation formula will appear in the expression text box in the properties pane as shown in figure. Save and close the table. Now, if you want to check the result, check if the result type of the calculated field has remained doubled. In that case, click on the return date field. Click on the result type text box from the property pane and select the date and time data type. Now we are going to understand how to create a lookup field. Let us understand first of all what is lookup field. A lookup field is used to enter data in a field form, a list of given value. It helps to enter predefined data to a given field. This list of values can be derived from another table or can be created separately. Let us add a new field called type in the books table and use a lookup field for entering data into the field. The steps that we have to follow, these are the steps. Number 1, open books table in design view. Next, insert a new field called type after the language field. For the data type, select the lookup wizard option from the data type list shown in given figure. The first dialog box of the lookup wizard opens as shown in figure. Select the second option. I will type in the value that I want as shown in figure. Click on next. Now in the next dialog box, type the value to be included in the lookup list under column 1 shown in the above figure. Click on next. The final dialog box opens. Type the label for the lookup field as type TYPE for the type of subject for a book. Click on finish to create the list. Next, save and close the books table as shown in figure. Next, double click to open the books table to enter the data for the book type field. Click on the cell to enter data for the type field. A drop down list showing different book types for the newly created lookup list will be displayed. Click on the desired value to store it in the type field as shown in figure below. Now we are going to learn how to enter data for the borrow table. Open the borrow table from the navigation pane by double clicking on it. Enter 6 different rows into the table as shown in figure above. Note that when you click on the issue date cell, you can take help of the inbuilt calendar that will appear on the right of the cell. To select and enter the date, when you click on the return date cell, the return date will be automatically calculated and displayed. Now students, we are going to understand how to insert or delete records from anywhere in a table. First of all, we will try to understand how to insert a new record. Here are the steps. First, open any table in datasheet view. Next, click on the first cell of the last row, the row with a asterisk in the row header. Next, type the data in each cell of the row. Next, save the table. Now, for deleting a record, these are the steps we have to follow. Number 1, open any table in datasheet view. Next, right click on the row header of the row to be deleted. A drop down list open. Click on the delete record option. A warning dialog box appear indicating a record is about to be deleted. Click on yes button to delete the record. Save the table. Now we are going to understand how to create a database using a sample template. Apart from using the blank database option, we can also create a specific database using the sample template option provided by Access. Let us create a contact database using a sample template option. Here are the steps. Open MS Access from the start menu. Next, from the opening window of Access, click on the sample template option under the available template section as shown in above figure. Next, a list of sample database templates is displayed. Scroll down and select the contacts web database option. Type the file name and click on create button as shown in figure. Next, a predefined contact database will open as shown in figure. It contains a form where you can enter and view records. Next, to add a record in the blank form, click on the add new button under the address book tab. Next, the contact detail dialog box open as shown in figure. Enter data in different fields below each field heading. You can also load a picture for the contact. Next, press save and new to save the current record and add a new record, or the save and close button to finish entry. Next, the data stored can also viewed in the datasheet view by clicking the datasheet tab. You can enter new data also in this view. Next, save and close the database when finished. That's all for today in this video. In my next video, I am going to tell you about chapter number 4, that is advanced feature of MS Access. Till then, be safe, keep learning. Thank you all.